Hello everybody, my name is Kelsey, and welcome back to Cities Skylines. We are playing this today indeed, and let's go ahead and get right into the game. It is unpaused, and it's actually not on one-time speed like I wanted it to be, so we have like quite a lot of crazy shit happening. As you can see, we've got fires, we've got police, people not, wait, did that say, oh wow, so police need to get here because, like, their house got lit on fire? Is that what happened? My god. My god, it's like the 1960s and the civil rights and all that. So crazy shit is happening in our little town, and, we need to sort of get on board. Big mistake, and I'm gonna pause it now. Big mistake I made last episode, and I think it's kind of funny because I watch a lot of Let's Plays and people playing games, especially like this one recently. And in like all the episodes, oh Jesus, we have a lot of abandoned buildings over there. I'll get to that. But in a lot of episodes, people are just like blatantly ignoring on accident, I assume, big, huge problems, and that's actually been happening to me. Like, this entire part of the city was like out of power because I didn't build the power lines or something for like a huge amount of time before I realized it. I just thought it was funny because I always kind of like, you know, want to crush my head against a wall, or I'm like pulling my hair out when people are like that, but I do the same thing, so there you go. I'm going to bulldoze some of these buildings that have burnt down. We're probably going to need to build a fire station over here. And there's two things I want to do in this session over the next 2 episodes. I need to do that. And there is a mod to have those automatically bulldozed, but I don't like the idea of like not bulldozing them myself because they automatically go away anyways. And some of these homes sort of pop in with their color. I think that's the DP's mod. He made like a whole bunch of recolor mods, like that's why there's some weird looking like yellow and green and blue homes, but just adds a little bit more variety. But they seem to be kind of yeah, see that? They seem to be sort of popping in, and I noticed these things like way more than I should. Anyways, I'm kind of going off the rails here. We do have this awesome mod, City Vitals. Seems like something that probably should have been included in the actual game, but it's basically a quick view at all of the things that you actually have to click buttons for. You know, pretty simple stuff. It's like The Sims, but that's going to be really useful. I can just put it in the corner really easily, and it goes opaque like that, so it's or translucent, and it's really easy to kind of hide yet still, you know, look at. And if you need to be bright, you can just hover your cursor over it. Really elegant mod, really nicely done, and it's going to be linked in the description if you do want to download it yourself. And so, yeah, 2 things I want to get done in this session. 1, I want to make this entire road a one-way leading this way. And then, like I said in the previous episodes, I'm going to have 2 major throughways this way, like a one-way going there and a one-way going through here, that direction. And that way, people will be coming in and they'll be flowing out like that. So that's going to be really good. And, yeah, in the last episode, no one's using this goddamn freeway bit, this highway bit, because there's no way for them to get on there unless they go exit here, and then they can't even make a U-turn because this is a one-way. So no, they like literally cannot use this entire stretch of highway because I didn't make accessible for anyone to get on there in the first place. Yeah, that was a big mistake. I'm just trying to look like maybe there was some way I could have connected this roundabout to the highway, but that wouldn't make any goddamn sense. So I was looking at it before I started recording, and we're going to start the episode off by doing this. And it's going to be really easy and simple to fix. We're just going to build... So these are both from both sides of the highway. This on-ramp right here is going here with this highway, and this highway has this on-ramp here. So we're going to be able to easily just sort of, well, nothing's easy in this game, but we'll be able to kind of do, yeah, something like this. And then, oof, that doesn't look good. Let's go to freeform. So, freeform, off-ramp. Okay, so something like a little bit of that. Come on, baby. No? Okay. Little something like that, maybe? Maybe we want to go the other direction? Just for the moment? Nope, that's too much of an angle, it looks like. Come on, you can do it. See? See? Perfect. Not perfect in the slightest, but you know what I mean. It's a subjective term, perfect. Yes. Maybe that'll work? How does that look? That looks so good. That actually looks like it was meant to be a tiny little bit. And it's actually, it doesn't look like it's too bad of an angle to where people are gonna, people are gonna have to stop. I think that'll work. Let me just take a tiny look at the traffic while people are on it. Let's look at this donut guy. Maybe he'll want to use it. Let's see what happens. No. Okay, how about you? Come on. Early adopters, early adopters. Come on, guys. It's the new thing. It's the new highway. Everyone's using it, except no one's using it. Okay, we'll get around to figuring out if we need to maybe tweak that design a little bit. But let's go ahead and give this ramp away. Let's turn off snapping because that's sort of ruining my life right now. Oh, perfect. Look at that. It's like it was meant to be. And it doesn't look awful. I mean, it doesn't look... It looks awful, but that's not important. It doesn't look bad on the on-ramp. It just sort of makes the highway go a little derpy with the flatness there. But that's no big deal. You know, people are just going to shoot off the highway and catch air. It's a fun city, you know? For young people, it's a fun city. But for non-insane people, it's going to be a heartache. Let's build... what do I want to do here? No, I want to build from the highway to these ramps, not from the ramps to the highway. So I want to go like that. However, I'm going to be able to do that. Maybe let's build this ramp first. So that would be like sort of... Maybe we could even go this way. Something like... Oh, nope, not at all. Not at all like that. None of that's what I want. These might be a teensy bit too skinny to actually... Oh, there we go. There you go. You were sort of working. I saw you go... Oh, yeah, that's what I want. I think maybe that's what I want. That could work. We could work with that. Okay. Let's get nice and close, and then we're... Yeah, that... Oh, totally. Dude, you got it. Look at that. Oh boy, that is a... that is a... So no truckers can probably use that without falling off, but besides the truckers, as long as you don't have like a lot of weight, your car's gonna be fine. But besides that, it might become a problem. Okay. That's such a steep curve. Okay, I love that the game's fine with that. It's funny because truckers are going to use it. I can't wait to see them do it. Okay, let's go ahead and kind of do that with a little, yeah, there we go. That'll work. That'll do the trick, laddie. So that's perfect, and that is actually probably the best one I did. And it's not in the slightest symmetrical. But it doesn't look that bad, does it? No, it looks great. Oh god. We're gonna retry real quick. I just want to try to get a little tiny bit symmetrical if possible. It's not gonna happen though because that would be too easy, right? Why is it that I can do it over there but not here? I mean, it's not like anything changed. Like, why is that? Why is that? Tell me why. Just give me one reason. That's all I ever want is a reason. Okay, so it has to do that. That makes no goddamn sense. But we can do it your way. Stupid designs. Okay, and then, oh boy, it's gonna look real bad. Maybe we can build it in reverse. Now, just stay with me here. We can build it in reverse, and then we'll be able to just redo the way it looks. You know, like we'll re-upgrade it sort of thing. Try to get an idea of what the levels are. Yeah, the level's right. The level is right. The feeling's right. We just need to get this thing working. Too much of an angle. I'm thinking more like, there we go. There we go. That's not enough of an angle now. I'm just trying to get a little bit symmetrical, but this isn't gonna happen, is it? Oh boy. Come on, baby. Boy, does that look awful. I know we're spending a lot of time on this, but it's gonna be worth it in the end, because it's gonna look great. It's not gonna look great. Spoilers. Oh, god damn it, you suck. You suck. All of the jank. All of the freaking jank. Oh, look at that jank. There we go. Maybe that'll help us. Maybe that'll help us. Just having that there. Oh, well, okay, there's a lot of jank still, but it's less jank. There is fewer amounts of jank there, and then we need to re-upgrade it, so like that. Perfect. 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 Absolutely perfect. Wouldn't change it for a thing. Wouldn't change it for anything, is what I probably meant to say. Yeah, besides that real crazy off-ramp there, it's totally 110% awesome. Thank you, early adopter. Who are you? Where are you going? You are being driven to the ice cube factory. Owner is Springwood. Okay, I guess my city owns it technically. Whatever. Sure. You're delivering ore to an ice cube factory? I'm not sure I understand how that works. Oh my god, I can follow him with a truck thing, with like a truck view? Is that a part of my enhanced camera thing? That is so badass. I'm like driving the truck. How cool would it be if you could play like Euro Truck Simulator with this game? Anyways, I need to get out of that mode. Jesus. What'd you say now? I really wish... okay, school. Okay, school is a high priority. We need to build a school for sure. I really wish our mayor would do something about these traffic jams. Stuck in traffic. Going to be late for dinner. It's not even dinner time. Is it dinner time? I don't know. It's probably dinner time. So yeah, day-night cycles would be awesome in this game for sure. But anyways, it doesn't really make sense with the way the day thing's set up. But yeah, so we need to definitely, for sure, absolutely build a education system in our city. Not having education is like really a bad thing, and we've been putting this off for way too long. So I think we can just put it like right here. No reason not to. Right in the middle. And that, for the most part, everyone can still get to it, which is the important part. And then we need to build a high school, and we barely have enough money to even do that, do we? Let's look at our budget real quick. So our firehouse, gonna need to go ahead and put to 100 because we are getting a lot of burnt buildings. The healthcare, I think, is fine right now. And the police force, maybe we'll put back to 100 to compensate a little bit for the fire truck expenditure. And then power is at 120%. What's that looking like? Electricity availability, we need to definitely build another turbine. We don't really have enough money for that. Now we do, actually. I guess we can just go ahead and build another, right? Why not? And then that'll boost our electricity availability a tad? Maybe? Yeah. Let's budget that back down to 100. See what happens. See if we get some blackouts. Because as you can see, power is our most expensive thing right now. How's water? So we can totally lowball water for the moment. Put it to like 80%. Because we're spending almost as much as power, but we still have a ton of it. Yeah, see, power... yeah, we need to spend more on water and power. So let's put water to 90. And unfortunately, we're going to have to boost up power for the moment. So we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. The education system is going to help the land value a little bit. It's going to make people a little less pissed off. Hopefully it'll make less burglars and vandals and crime syndicates, if you will. I like how this school has like... or is that a home? No, those little like child's play things are like on they're a part of the school, and they're just like on a cliff. They are just on a cliff. That is fantastic. The school probably isn't winning any awards for safety, but the point is we have an education system now, and that's really all that matters. So, yeah, that'll do for now. I do want to make these one-ways, but that's going to mean a lot of money building this road, and we're probably going to... what I was thinking is I'm going to build this road along here, connect every single one of these little roads to it, and build it along here, and then probably demolish this entire neighborhood to make room for the road to curve right into this road, this 6-laner. and that's what it's going to do. It's going to curve right into it. I don't know how good that's going to be for traffic. I'm hoping it's going to still work. Kind of having a huge influx of people coming here and then pouring out either to the left or to the right. I don't know. Like, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know how good of an idea it is, but I do really like the idea of having frontage roads going along your highway, and then that'll be sort of the starter frontage road. Of course, it'll be a one-way only, so it's not exactly a frontage road, is it? But the point of it, maybe we can do a two-way, because it doesn't not have to be a two-way. This just wants, I really want this to be a one-way. But we are getting a lot of money. Power is barely in the green. And we're not doing too bad. We're not doing too bad. But I like the idea of frontage roads because you can do one here along this side of the highway, one along this side, and then you can connect them underneath the highway. I actually checked, and we can build roads right underneath this highway. Oopsie. Let's put her back down. There you go. Right underneath this highway, no problem, as you can see. And people won't be able to zone, obviously, right below the highway, but that's not really the point anyway. So once we get probably around 15 grand or so, I'll think about demolishing this little neighborhood and then laying down the road to do that, and then we'll upgrade this entire thing to be one-ways. There aren't enough donut vans to support all these police headquarters, Donuts Madness, police fatness, chirp it. Donuts Madness, police fatness. Very, very good. Yeah, because you see all these traffic lights? That's just bonkers. I mean, that's bonkers. And to get rid of the traffic lights, I have to, one, make this entire thing a one-way, going that direction, this way, and then I have to make these roads all one-ways going that direction. So that's kind of what it comes down to. Water, garbage. Yeah. We're doing good on garbage. Garbage has really, really good reach, which is nice. Healthcare, we're doing fine. Power, we're getting close. Water available. Oh, sewage. Sewage is becoming a problem. That sucks. So it looks like we're going to make another pooper. Another pooper dumper. And we'll put it right next to it. Like so. That's going to cost us 2,500 bucks, but you know, you got to dump the poop somehow. You got to dump the poop somehow. Look at that. We've got the beautiful green energy sitting right beside the horrible polluting raw sewage, the untreated raw sewage. That is just a great screenshot, isn't it? It's sort of ironic in every which way possible. And that pollution is going to make some large effects on this ocean. But it's not all that important, thankfully. Let's take a look. Yeah, see, pollution. No. There we go. So you can see how it's sort of flowing dynamically into the ocean. It's not that bad right now, but it'll get much worse. And this water is super wavy. I don't really know what's going on there. But anyways. So, yeah, that was something I forgot to do in the last episode, and I'm going to have to do it now. We need to expand the industry districts. So I actually made a hotkey for that. So let's go ahead and keep our generic industry going here. Something like that. Because this is all commercial, so there's no real point of having the district in like that. And then I'll just maybe kind of do something like this. And we'll keep going with generic industry. I don't know if this is how it's going to look in the future. If I'm going to... Well, I mean, I presume I'm going to continue that kind of grid. But anyways... we'll do that, and then we'll expand our forestry. So, and it's really important to do this because this entire place, this entire part of the industry is getting polluted because it's surrounded by generic industry, and that pollution, it's actually going to kill all the grass and stuff. You can start to see it changing colors from this nice green to this sort of more pale color, and it'll eventually turn like full-on purple. Let's see if we can find a space that's full-on purple. That's definitely purple E. And the trees are starting to die and become sort of gross looking. But you don't want that to happen because then your forestry is not going to be so hot. It's not going to be so, you know, so it's not going to have as much plumage. Anyways, you get my point. So we're going to have this side be forestry, this side be generic, and hopefully that will work for the moment. Let's just, yeah, kind of bring it up here a bit. Because there's a lot of forestry if we go to the raw resources panel. There's a lot of forestry all along here, but it just happens to be right beside our goddamn highway, so it's not all that prime for actually developing, which is really unfortunate how the freaking big-ass interchange is just, like, right in the middle of all our fertile resource land. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles, so it's just going to be the way we have to deal with it. So let's go ahead and make sure all of this industry is covered with the forestry stuffs. Looks like it is. This is being called Magnolia District. I like Magnolia because it's a film by Paul Thomas Anderson. I didn't like that film all that much, but it's a good name. You know what I mean? Victoria Park, that's a good one. Let's go ahead and take a look here. So Victoria Park needs to be something more dirty, like Deer Tay. Can I do that? Deer Tay. That's probably not how... Well, oh, I wish I could do the little E with, like, the thing on the top, but we'll say Dirte Park, you know, like sort of like Joe Dirt, and then Magnolia Forestry. Real creative. Magnolia Forestry. It's kind of like it's a company that owns this whole forestry district, the way I titled it there. But we got Dirte Park, Magnolia Forestry, Burger Hills, obviously. Oh, and I was actually going to make a comment, but I forgot to, how there's more burger places than there are coffee shops, and in, you know, America, there's like a Starbucks on every corner, so that's unrealistic. But, I don't know if the mod got downloaded because my internet's super slow, but I subscribed to a new mod made by that guy that made the In-N-Out, this In-N-Out in particular. The guy that made that texture, that building, he also made a new one for Starbucks. Burn Bean Coffee. Yeah, that's a mod too. But the Gula guy that made this one, he made one for Starbucks, and I don't know if it's around here yet. I'll go ahead and unpause the game. And I don't think it is. I don't think there's enough time that has passed for it to be built, or if it even got downloaded in the first place. But again, like all my mods, you can find it in the description if I do find it, and it looks like something you want to download and play with. But yeah, no, I thought it was funny because there's just an absolutely absurd amount of Starbucks, probably in all, like, the whole, like, world. I don't know how many Starbucks there are in, like, other countries. But there's an absurd amount in America, so not seeing them on every corner in this game is, like, super duper unrealistic. Hello. I'm pretty sure the team behind this game, Creative, or what was it? I've already forgotten. Anyways, the team behind this game, something Order. I've already forgotten. I see the freaking title every single time I start this game. But the people who made this game are Finnish, I believe. They're from Finland, so naturally there are going to be a few sort of like Finnish euphemisms and like things that are a little tiny bit more Finnish than they probably should be in this game, which isn't like a bad thing. I'm just trying to kind of explain why some things might look a tiny bit out of place. But yeah, like for instance, if we go over here, that mile per hour, the 60 mile per hour thing, that's like not an American looking sign in the slightest. In America, they're like white boxes and they say like MPH and all that. Anyways, we are almost to the point to where I think I have enough money to do my roads here. Just gotta wait a little tiny bit longer. It's going to be really important for us to build a high school, but not quite yet. I'm going to go ahead and put it to speed 3 so we can actually get to where we need to be quicker. But, yes, I'm actually looking at my notes here because I make notes and I'm editing the videos just so I can sort of mention things in the next episode. I said, yeah, this game, for some reason, it's sort of like, for just a frame every now and then, it goes black or something, kind of weird, it stutters, and it never, ever, ever has done that. This game runs superbly well, like, better than pretty much any game I have played in years. It's never crashed on me, it's never stuttered like it has. It seems to only do that because I'm recording, so if that seems like a little tiny bit of a deterrent, I wouldn't worry about it unless you are trying to make videos with the game, which is a tiny bit unfortunate. So we've got people needing their transported dead people to be transported. They're not transported dead people to be transported, I should say. And so we need to build a cemetery, it looks like. Yeah, we don't have a cemetery at all, and that's really bad. You don't want to not have a cemetery. So I guess we'll just Cemeteries have pretty long reaches, don't they? Yeah, we'll build it like right here. This sucks because it really takes up a lot of land. And once you place it, you better be okay with what you did, because that thing is just like a landfill. You can't move it until you empty it. Which is hilarious to think about emptying a cemetery. It's just like digging dead people up and moving them. Anyways. So, that's our cemetery. It does look nice. By all means, it looks nice. Can we actually plant trees in the cemetery? How awesome would that be? Oh, you can't. I mean, I guess it is a cemetery. Can't be that many trees. But we really have not planted all that many trees. That is something I should definitely get around to doing, because our city's looking a little bit sparse. Less in the residential zone and more in, like, this commercial area. Like, good golly wally, there needs to be a lot of trees here. Alright, so I have planted a few more trees in the city, just with the tree brush. It's not, like, it's just a lot more green. I didn't go super crazy with it, but, yeah, the tree brush really does work well in making your city look green. I really like it in little places like this, like in the roundabout, the way it looks. But, yeah, you can really kind of go crazy if you just get the individual tree tool. You can plant them, like, in between buildings and stuff and just make your city look, like, ludicrously green. But, yeah, it makes everything look quite a bit nicer. So I recommend you do that if you are playing this game. As you can see, it does, it adds a lot of green. And I really like the way it looks. But yes, we have plenty of money now. I've let the game run for probably like 5 minutes or so on like ×3 speed. And I think it's time to do the road. So that's probably going to mean destroying this neighborhood, but I'm not going to do that quite yet. And I think I talked myself into doing a 2-way road instead of a 1-way. So I'm thinking it'll run probably like along this. We need to make that snap. Make it snappy, see? Like so. And then we'll just build it along these. That's not quite right, is it? So I'm gonna, yeah, make sure the game's paused. I'm gonna delete the power. Delete. And bring it around maybe till here. And then I think I'm gonna use the curve tool. And yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. So sorry, everybody. I know, I'm sorry. Oh shit, we need to probably build you to here. Yeah, something like that. And then I'm gonna curve it over. Holy chipotle. We need power. We need power. There we go. So let's put her back down. And then something like that'll do the trick, right? Oh my god, everybody. Everybody needed power. So that entire this tiny little power line is like our entire grid. I need to make sure that that never gets destroyed like it just was. I'm gonna wait for these houses to sort of move out of the way. I know. I keep passing out and waking up in the past. Life crash. Okay. Cool. You're bananas. So let's actually use the freeform tool, because I don't think this is gonna be one curve. We'll do something like, yeah, I don't think so. So we'll do like a so and a like a so. Perfect. That looks so nice. That's like our first actual real curved road besides these things, because I've done this city in a total grid style, and I'm not actually usually that gritty. But that sort of sounded like gritty. But yeah, I've been doing the sort of like, you know, along the water sort of roads in my previous cities, but I just wanted to go grid style. That way I could kind of get a, you know, city up and running pretty quickly for this city here, this Lunchington Place Town, which has just an extremely different name. Anyways, so let's, well, okay, so that's one way for people to get out. Now let's build this one. And you can really go like any amount you want to. Like I could go like all the way over here if I wanted to. I don't know if I want to go that far. I think I'll go about what it's at now, because that's like a good amount of and we're not going to keep these destroyed, by the way. But yeah, I was trying to say that's like a good amount of road for people to have to come through and then go. If I went any further and then did it, they'd have to travel really far just to, you know, sort of get out. So let's go ahead and build some one-ways. And I won't forget to upgrade everything. That'll be later, though. And that really sucks that it doesn't line up right. So maybe I'll curve this. Just because we curved the other one, might as well curve this one, too. Too much. That's perfect. And we will do that. Bring her on down. There we go. Perfect. And now we just need to upgrade everything. So that worked. God, this is so much freaking easier. And it's okay to leave these guys as two ways, because anyone that's traveling along here this way, it's not really going to matter. It's not going to be like very relevant, you know, for these drivers, because they're all going to need to be getting out of the city anyways, so they'll have to travel this way. But it will allow for people to, if they, for instance, get off here and they need to come down here for whatever reason and maybe need to get somewhere else, they'll be able to. I'm not too worried about the fact that this road and this road are going to be two-way roads. So that's sort of my explanation behind it. I don't think it'll matter all that much.